That's all that I had, my last order of business. I'm ready to go once you guys are.
I'm ready.
Can I put the woman underneath the bed?
Yeah, there's room enough for you to shove
Do
her
that
under. She wasn't a very
relatively
big
quickly.
lady.
I probably should go ahead and find a way to feed it soon.
I've been riding horses since I was a youngin'. I ain't gonna stop now.
A crystal ball, which kind of fits the aesthetic.
Is there a human skull over there?
I recommend you keep it civil, my guy. Or it will be the worst night of your life.
Yeah.
I'm an angel! Sorry, I have to play it. It is what it is.
Catherine, why is there a... Ooh. That is an interesting backdrop.
I think the one who knows knows. I'll be starting with Crowley. That's okay
Oh.
with everybody.
Oh, okay. So sit back, everyone.
that is
Enjoy
good.
the show.
Now, you woke up thirsty. Your mouth extremely dry. The driest it has ever been. You felt like you were on the brink of dehydration. There was a water next to your bed, and strangely enough, it only made your mouth drier as that liquid filled your mouth. It almost as if it changed into a solid, like ash. You spit it out, and still it is just liquid that hits that floor, but something isn't right. The door opens as a woman walks in, the nurse. If you had to guess, she's probably late 30s, early 40s. She comes in carrying a clipboard, looks up at you. You can feel it seems almost as if time slows as her eyes meet yours. She goes to speak. And all that becomes a blur as it's just euphoria, ecstasy. Now, you like to drink, but this is nothing like you've ever experienced in your life. The sweetest wine, the richest drug, as you feel that liquid warm flow within your mouth and slide down your gullet, filling you. Something within you, that thirst, that drive, slowly starts to tame. And as you come to, there she is, this nurse, in your arms, cold, empty, dead. What do you do?
I think I will leave.
Okay, well, there's the door that she came in from, or there is a window. It has blinds
I'll take a peek
over
through
it.
the door quickly.
Okay, well, you see the hallway that she came out of. It doesn't seem like anyone is there right now at the moment, but you do see some, looks like some supplies that would have been pushed out of the room next to you that someone was using, but probably what the nurse was going to bring in if you had to wager. But besides just the occasional call over the intercom, it seems to be quiet. If you had to guess, it's probably around 8 o'clock at night, maybe?
Okay. I will... Can I put the woman underneath the bed?
Yeah. Yeah, there's room enough for you to shove
Do
her
that
under. She wasn't a very
relatively
big
quickly.
lady. Alright.
Hide the body, hide the body, hide the body!
Alright. You hide her underneath the bed and you kind of use the sheets to cover up the best you can. Unless someone is looking, they shouldn't notice them right away.
How about that window? I open the window.
Yeah, I mean, there's no locks or anything like that on it. I mean, besides just of course, you just have to flip it, open it on up, move the blinds up. There's no bars or anything. You are on the first floor.
I will go out the window and leave promptly.
Okay. Well, you leap out that window, and I
Oh.
mean you leap out that window. More agile than you've ever been in your entire life. Don't get me wrong, you are pretty physically fit, but something about it was just a swift motion. As you land outside, you are, you know Chicago fairly well. You drive around a lot. If you had to guess, this is probably the Loretta Hospital, which isn't too far from the usual bar that you and your friend Ty usually spend most of your time at. You have, I mean, if you want to, I don't know where you want to head, but right now there is a little bit of traffic.
I'm up. I think I am going to leave, go to the bar, and calm my nerves, because I'm a bit freaked out.
Okay. Yeah, you jog, but your jog is much more like a run. I mean, you're running off adrenaline right now. You have no idea where you are, what just happened. Honestly, it feels like this is just a dream. You run, as you can see the mural of the Loretta Hospital behind you, and you just run. You don't even really worry about traffic. You just run right past it, and it's almost as if all of it's just a blur as it passes by. And the people that drive by in their cars, I mean, they don't really seem to pay you too much mind. Jaywalking is quite common in Chicago. Most common in most major cities. But the thing is, as they drive by, something about them just, you can feel and smell something. But you are too panicked to pay much more mind as you run and you run. And where are you heading exactly?
To the bar!
To the bar. Well, you run off the busy streets. I mean, people just see you running past them as you almost want to leap on them too. But you push past it, too afraid of what's happened or what's happening. As you continue to run, you make your way to the bar. The Cobra Lounge, as it is called. One of the most common biker bars in Chicago, and it's also known to move around sometimes as well. It's never in the same location for very long. People outside, well, it's bikes, motorcycles galore, as it always is. You have a lot of gentlemen that are out front smoking, talking, laughing, some even roughhousing a little bit. No sign of your friend Ty at the moment. Do you head inside?
Alright, I'm gonna saunter over to the bar. Ma'am, glass of whiskey, please.
Alright, nods, goes and pours you a whiskey. Asks if you're feeling alright, says you look a little off. Are you feeling sick?
I'm a bit shooken up, but nothing serious.
Slides over the whiskey to you, tells you that they'll put it on your tab.
Thank you.
As soon as it hits your mouth, once again, it's just ash. There's no other way to put it. It's not even a liquid anymore, and it tastes just like that. Awful. Are you gonna try to swallow it?
I'm gonna try.
Okay. Let's see.
It would cure alcoholism.
Well, you do have the merit of eat food, so you swallow it, and even though it feels like it goes down like a liquid, it's granular, it's awful. And you even feel it, it's almost like you just ate a bunch of rocks that now sits in your stomach. It's a weight. Makes you feel a little nauseous. But you try to hold your composure. Woman doesn't really seem to notice that she's now, back to the bar, what she was
Good,
doing
because
before.
I'm making
It's always-
some weird faces over here.
Honestly, you just look like you can't hold your whiskey. And as you take a good look around, there's a decent amount of people that are sitting here chatting. You do finally see your friend, Ty. He seems to be in the back corner. It looks like he's talking with an individual. Someone you don't recognize. Long hair. Very, not curly per se, but it is a little wavy. Big, long beard. Something about him, I don't know. Something about him seems off. But, I mean, your friend Ty doesn't seem to really notice anything. He's having a good conversation with them. Honestly, it looks like he's doing most of the talking.
Alright. I'll head over. Hey, Ty! How's it going? Who's this guy?
Ah, yeah, tells you he's doing very well. He asks if the fuck happened to you. You look like shit.
I think I blacked out.
Ah, yeah, he says it sounds like you. Tells you to take a seat.
Alright.
He's going to introduce you to the gentleman as he, stands on up, pats you on the back, lets you have to take a seat. He goes to introduce you as he kind of motions at your mouth. Says, dude, you're bleeding.
Oh shit. Rougher than I thought.
Shaking his head. He tells
It's
you this is
a
Griller.
long week, man.
Griller, this is Rune Alistair. The gentleman looks at you and his eyes meet yours. This feeling in your gut, it's almost as if everything within your body is telling you to run. The gentleman just gives you a half smile. As Ty motions for you to take a seat, he takes a seat once again.
I take a seat, tip the hat. Hello, sir. Nice to meet your acquaintance.
He asks you, do you black out often?
No. Can't say I do. Well, on the occasion.
Ah, Ty's telling you bullshit. He doesn't
Oh.
know. It's quite common with him. Gentleman nods. He kind of looks around. He then looks towards your friend Ty as he tells him that he should probably get a drink at the bar. And maybe even make a little bit of conversation while he does it. Your friend looks at him and he nods. He says, you know what? And he takes the shot of whiskey that he had himself and tells him he could use another drink. As he gets up, hits the table, and makes his way to the bar. Gentleman named Grillo then looks at you.
I look back.
It's almost as if he is staring down deep into your soul, trying to read you. It's a little violating, honestly. You feel uncomfortable. You want to squirm out of your chair and get out of there.
What does he look like exactly?
Well, if you would like, I could give you a very, very detailed example.
Oh, okay.
Here you go.
Ooh.
We can zoom out a bit. Probably won't
Looks a
let me.
little like me. A little bit more wizened,
Oh, right.
respectable.
Yes. I mean, his eyes. You can swear there's even a little bit of that predatorial glow about them. It's strange. But then again, this is probably all just a dream anyways. You try not to pay it too much mind. As finally he speaks after there being a few moments of silence. Are you thirsty?
At the moment, I do not reckon. I push the whiskey aside. Not very much, no.
He nods. Do you ride?
Sorry, what?
Do you ride?
Bikes? Yes.
Do you have one?
Of course. Think I left it parked outside, maybe. I don't know.
He stands up. And he had a drink. It looked like a shot of, maybe whiskey, brandy. Hard to tell. But he hasn't even touched it. Doesn't touch it as he stands up and he makes his way on out. Motion's free to follow.
I reckon, get up and, things are a bit weird right now, so I'm just gonna follow him and see what happens. I'm not afraid of the casual man. I'm a little bit apprehensive, but I'm willing to see how this goes.
Well, he pushes his way out of the bar. No one really seems to pay him too much mind. They kind of just look at him. Yeah, whatever. Makes his way on out as, once again, there's still bikers, mostly men, but with a few ladies that seem to be there with their gentlemen's. Everyone's standing out. Most people are leaning on their bikes, sitting on their bikes, showing off their bikes. And he is taking you around the back.
Oh. Okay. Curious. You parked back, huh?
He nods.
All right.
He takes you around the corner, and you can see that there is a bike that's parked along the side. Honestly, you're not really quite sure what kind, brand of bike this is. It's
That's
nothing
an
that
interesting
you've
set of
seen.
wheels you got there, partner.
He nods. He tells you. He made it himself.
Oh, damn. Fine craftsmanship.
Tells you parts from all over the world it took to make this bad bitch.
I can see.
He tells you to bring your bike. He throws his legs around, starts it up, as he then rides it out towards the front.
All right. I go see if I can find my goddamn bike.
No, it's not anywhere around here.
Look. I'll wander back to him. Ask if I can ride on it.
He looks at you. It's hard to read his expression.
I'm kind of gritting my teeth awkwardly.
He nods. Motions for you to get in the back.
All right, my straddle on. I hold on to the back. I don't touch him.
All right. And the two of you ride. Okay. Well, he is taking you on just a bit of a trip. He doesn't say anything. He just drives. And he's not... He follows the laws, more or less. I mean, he probably could, drive a little bit safer. But besides that, no different than any ordinary biker would. And as you are driving, after about 5 minutes, you start to make your distance from the bar, and thank goodness your distance from that hospital. He finally speaks to you. Do you know what you are, kid?
Well, I'll tell you what. Woke up. I killed somebody, and here I am. So I don't know what's going on.
You killed somebody.
I don't know. They didn't look good.
As you guys are strolling, he pulls out something out of his pocket, lights it up, and when the flicker of the fire bursts from the lighter, you almost have to stop yourself from leaping off that bike when you see that flame. There is a fear of this fire that you have never felt once in your life before. It seems powerful, unstoppable. And as soon as it goes off, as he's lit his cigar, that relief floods over you. He tells you, welcome to the world of darkness, kid.
This is an Ozzy Osbourne thing, ain't it?
Takes a big puff. He tells you kind of. You're dead.
Well, I think that whiskey's starting to hit me bad. Give me a second. I'm gonna go empty my stomach over in the shrubbery for a second.
Yeah, you vomit violently.
Oh.
And you only had one shot of whiskey and a little bit of water that you tried earlier, but that you mostly spit up. It just splats and oh, there is blood. Lots of blood that comes out. Panic starts to hit you as you look, as there is really, you can barely even tell that there's whiskey. It's mostly just the red crimson. And that feeling hits you once more that you're thirsty. Your mouth is dry. You feel like you are going to die if you do not get something to drink. And as you stare at that blood, it looks good. It looks real good. You have to control yourself not to lick it up off the pavement.
Okay. What do I roll?
Roll for me your willpower, a composure, and a resolve.
So that would be 3, right?
Yes. Yep. For you, absolutely.
And is that D6?
Yep.
D10.
3d6.
Oh, it's D6. I thought it was D10.
Or d10s.
I'm not the most
Alright.
composed man.
You're good.
You got a success in there.
Yeah, well, not only that, but 10 is a critical success.
Oh,
And a 7 is also a success, so technically that would be 3 successes. No, you're able to compose yourself. You look at it as you kind of start to lean, and rationale hits you as you're like, what is wrong with me? What is happening? Well, gentleman passes the cigar to you. Tells you to, here, this'll help.
I'll take it. I'll take a puff. So, this blood shit.
Yeah, this is the one thing that doesn't automatically just taste like ash. You can taste what it is. I mean, it's a cigar. It only has so much taste, but it doesn't make you nauseous neither. Though it doesn't really help with this thirst.
So, I had a wild temptation for that blood on the ground. There's some vampire bullshit going on, Dream. What? It's better be a goddamn dream. Oh,
Tells you it's a nightmare, kid.
well, that's not any better.
I'm gonna take you to meet someone. Someone who can help you. You hang with me and you're only gonna get yourself killed.
Oh. Well, currently, this is a dream. Great. Sounds great. But if it ain't, I don't have a whole lot of options right now, do I?
Not right now, you don't.
Let's get to it then. Nobly
Gods.
shaky.
He starts it up once more as he then, I mean, this time he drives fast. You hold on as he's blurring through traffic, and even still, he's going extremely fast. You can still see and sense, and everything still feels so surreal, so slow. But all you can really focus on right now is that burning thirst that you feel. You need something to drink or you are going to die, and that really is what takes over your mind. As before you know it, he is already pulling off into, well, this place looks like it's been abandoned for a very, very long time. You don't really know what this place is as he's pulling past what used to be a chain link fence, which now has been more or less rusted, knocked over. You can see graffiti all over the walls of this building. It's seen some rough times. You can see the front entrance that he blows right past as he's heading along the side of this building. You can see it's probably about 2, maybe 3 stories if there's possibly an attic. Pulls off along the side as he motions up at a window on the 2nd floor.
I look up to the window.
Tells you that's where we're going.
Ah, okay.
He tells you to watch him. It'll come easy to you. Gets off the bike, shuts it off, puts the kickstand out. You hear it pop, pop as his neck cracks. He stretches, and it's almost as if himself is getting bigger, stronger. His feet firmly planted on the ground. The leather makes that stretching noise as all of a sudden he is there, and you hear this thump as he is no longer there, up in the air, catches himself on the 2nd window, and climbs himself in.
Partner, are you shitting me right now? You want me to do that?
Pokes his head on out as he holds out his hand.
Okay, well, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, I prep myself, do a couple of these, and then I'm gonna leap.
All right, go ahead and roll for me 1d10.
It's not the worst roll in the worworld, okay?
Oh.
Not good.
All right. On your character sheet, do me a favor.
Oh,
Under
boy.
hunger, add yourself 1 hunger.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. And now I need you to roll for me a physical. I don't care which one. So most likely you're probably going to use your strength. A physical and an athletics. So for you, that should be a total of 6.
What's my athletics? My physical would be my strength. Okay. So yeah, that would be 6d10.
Correct.
That's gonna be a big number. Oh.
Ooh, really good. All right. The crit in there and everything. 2 of them.
Two.
My goodness.
Yeah. Way to go, Crowley.
Your feet, you watch as he did, firmly plant on the floor. You take a big breath as you're like, okay. You just jump up in the air and you feel force lifted. You feel light as you are up in the air. Panic starts to kind of hit you as you're like, oh, you went much higher than he did. You probably went
I'm
up
on
to
the
like
roof.
the roof. Yep. As you start to fall, you panic hits as he then reaches out, just grabs your hand, pulls you in.
Cool.
One swift jerk. As you are now inside, well, it's an abandoned building. You're not really quite sure what exactly this place is. At least not right now. I will be moving over to Meltman. You awake. As you
Where the
begin to
piss am I?
stir. Well, it's dark. It's pitch dark right now. As you begin to stir, you feel your stomach not quite rumble. It's different. It's almost as if something is inside you trying to burst its way out. You kind of grab at your stomach as light enters the room as a door opens. And all you can really see with the silhouette is it looks like a female figure. You're awake. Good. Get up.
Kindly explain where the piss I am, thank you. As I stand to my feet.
Right now you're nowhere.
Well, that's informative. Not really, but sure. I seem to be a touch peckish.
I bet. We'll get you something to eat. Just try to
Ah.
control yourself in the meantime, alright?
I will do my best to.
What's your name?
I should have one of those. I, I, I. Theo is the only thing I seem to remember. I think that's my name.
Theo. It'll do. Honestly, if it's not your real name, even better. Come on. We need to talk.
All right then.
She motions for you to out the door, and as she stands to the side, you can see her a little bit better now. And I'll go ahead and pull it up for you as well. Just a quick little example. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Where are you
And
popping this?
boop.
There we go.
She has colored hair, purple hair, short, lipstick that matches it.
Mm.
Her eyes are they also purple, red, brown? Honestly, you can't tell. Really what stands out the most about her is her teeth.
Mm.
Sharp. Extremely sharp. She doesn't
No.
smile at you. She just looks you up and down and... Call me Mel Davis.
Well, Miss Mel Davis, you have a very striking appearance.
Sorry.
She, motions for you to come on as she closes the door behind you, and you can see now that you are in what looks to be an abandoned theater? You are in a little hallway that leads to a stage. She leads you onto that stage, and you can see what probably used to be where all the seats were, which is now just a pile of junk. You can see trash, debris. I mean, this place has seen it all. There's graffiti on the walls. In fact, you can even tell there's some needles on the ground as well.
Oh, my goodness.
Really, the only thing that seems to be decently maintained is the stage itself, though it makes this creaking with each step. And as you follow, you can see another figure come out of the darkness. It's another woman.
Mm.
So many ladies. I'll give you an example real quick of her as well.
Thank you.
You get the milkman.
Of course.
What?
Get all those ladies. She is dressed very proper, very beautiful. Short hair as well, more like off to the side. Her eyes, too, have this strangeness about them, just like the other woman. Fierce, powerful. She comes out of the shadows as she approaches the both of you. She asks Mel Davis, who's her new little pet. She tells you it ain't my pet, it's his pet. Her face opens, not with shock, but with... Hard to say, honestly. If you want to roll an insight, you can.
I would not mind.
Yeah, you can roll me an insight and roll me a social.
Let's see here. Considering, I think I will go with composure then. So that would
Sounds
be
good.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
2 successes. Honestly, it kind of comes off as hard to say for sure, but maybe fear or some sort of, maybe not fear. Well, it quickly wipes off her face as she says, "Nevertheless, you know why I'm here." Now Davis nods. Look, they've been run out for a long, long time. I haven't seen or heard word of any of those motherfuckers. I'm sorry. You really expect me to believe that? You? No, you definitely know something. Now speak up. Alright. How about this? Fight. Stand up. And And maybe then I'd be willing to help you, if you help us. Otherwise, I ain't giving you jack shit. You know what happened last time we fought. You know what I've lost. You really expect me to do it again? I sure fucking do. Or else you'll lose more. Much more. Especially if you go after these bastards. You don't stand a chance. You're going to need help. You're going to need allies. And what, you expect the Camarilla to actually stand with you? If so, you're as dumb as you look. I have no place in this fight. I only care about revenge. Maldavis goes to speak. Her mouth opens as you hear the sound of a motorcycle? This rev. It lasts for only a few short moments. Doesn't seem to bother either of the ladies. Honestly, this moment is tense. As if they're wrapped, absorbed in it. The woman speaks. The one that you do not know the name of. If someone else found you, you know that they're going to find you too, right? I'm not staying here. If you're not going to tell me anything, then I ain't going to say anything. Give me a second. Was that Taylor?
It's all good.
So tense a moment, and it had to be broken by something. And I was like, what do I say in this moment? How do I diffuse this problem?
Don't worry, it's one of the
going through tons
vampire's
things in my head,
iPhones, man. You're good.
but at the same time, everything is telling me to just be quiet and let them deal with it and just observe.
Alright. Well, the woman looks towards you.
The one that I don't know the name of, correct?
Correct. So you're the new plaything, huh? Well, good luck. It's only a matter of time before she gets you killed. Just do yourself a favor. Don't fight any of her fights.
I seem to be very much not in the loop on a lot of things. So I will choose not to say anything in response to that.
Her eyes look deep into yours as she smirks. She goes to make her way on off. As she stops, she looks up. She starts to jog off the stage towards where once would be the seats, as she leaps herself all the way up towards the second floor. Swift motion, such speed and precision. It's almost like a superhero you watch as she just, poof, her legs kick out, her arms sway as she lands all the way on the second floor. As she then runs up, Maldavis watches. She looks little curious, but turns back towards you.
Well, she sure didn't miss leg day.
She's a bruja. That's what they do best.
I'm sorry, she's a what now?
Don't worry about it right now. You're just going to confuse yourself. How much do you know? How much do you remember, if anything? I wouldn't be surprised if he stripped everything from you. It's what he does best.
I remember pain.
Right.
Agony.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of people there, and then everything went dark. Vague memories of a cell. Someone yelling at someone else about playing too much of a game, something about crushing a candy or something. But it's just blips. It's all jumbled up. Nothing before that, though. It's like staring into a black, empty nothing.
Close your eyes. Breathe. You close your eyes, not really quite sure what she wants from you. As your surroundings start to dissipate around you, as you are now just within your own mind. Maybe she wants you to try to remember, so that's what you try to do. You try to remember. Soft, almost completely unnoticeable. A whisper licks within the confines of your mind. Are you lost? You hear those words in your head. You're not quite sure. It definitely wasn't Mal Davis's voice. It wasn't your voice. Your eyes open up a little freaked, as all you can hear right now in your mind is just, are you lost? Are you lost? The darkness that's kind of surrounds the stage and a few of the areas of this theater, you swear you see movement.
I don't think we're alone. Something... I hear something, but I can't place the voice. I don't recognize it. Shouldn't I?
She looks around. She looks towards you, and she looks at you deeply.
So goddamn frustrating.
She crosses her arms. You and I have something in common. We were both made by the same motherfucker.
Made?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to fill me in on the particulars, lady. I mean,
Under crown.
lovely as it's been to meet you, I don't think I was made by anyone. That's not how people happen.
Answer me this. Does the name Abraham sound familiar?
Not really, no. But then again, I don't even know if my own name sounds familiar at this point, so... Why does my head hurt so much? Can I try to roll a test to see if I remember or dig up any memories regarding that particular name?
Sure, you can go ahead and give me a roll. Let's do... What do you think about for him in particular? Roll me a mental... and... your composure.
Mental and composure. So let's go with wits and composure then. So basically a will check, I believe. Wait, no, that's resolve. So
Yeah.
wits and composure it is. So that'll be 6 d10.
So I see you got 2 crits in there. That's awesome. 2 successes. So 4 in total. So 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Okay. Crits comes. Okay. Wow. All right.
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah. Abraham. You really don't remember the name, but for some reason, hearing that name makes you angry. Maybe not you angry, but something within you angry. You want to hit something. You want to scream. You want to yell. You are not lost. You breathe. This feeling strange, unusual for you.
Something deep inside me has a rage versus that name. Although I cannot place it or understand its origin, I'm
Good.
definitely not lost. But that anger wants to find a home in that name somehow. Not in a nice way, but I don't. It's emotional. It's not intellectual. It's like almost animalistic.
Good. Then that means that you stand a chance.
At what? I am drowning in knowing nothing. I need a raft of knowledge. Give me something to build a foundation on. Anything at this point.
She goes to speak. And I'll have to move back over to Crowley.
Oh my.
Crowley,
Yes.
with Olympics, better than Olympics level jump.
A double
that
crit.
was movie magic jump right there. You get pulled inside as you are led into what looks to be a very small hallway. Right to your immediate left is a staircase that kind of curves as it leads on down. And in front of you is walls that block off until you can tell it leads to... Wow, it looks like you're in like the rafts of a theater, honestly. And as you get your footing, Griller kind of pushes you behind him and stands in front as you hear the thump, 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 thump of another person come running.
Oh.
There's a woman that comes around the corner. Once again, she has a side part, beautiful earrings, dressed very elegantly. Beautiful woman, though her eyes are...
Ma'am.
Man, her eyes are just like Griller's. Something about them is
Intimidating?
scary.
What?
You are thankful that Griller stands between you and this woman. Funny enough, even
I
though
still
this
give my
man
curtsy.
scares you as well.
Always gotta keep your manners.
Griller. Oh, it's good to see you. You have a new pet as well. Well, well, what is going on?
Excuse me, pet?
You're new. I can smell it.
You and pet, two different things, ma'am. With all respect. Your pet. New acquaintance.
You're lucky. Your blood is strong. Your blood is good.
I will take your word for it. Still a bit
Griller
in
tells
the
her to lay off
denial
the kid.
phase, you know.
Says lay off the kid. He's no idea what's going on. Yeah, I'm noticing a theme tonight. Interesting. Well, what brings you here? Please don't tell me you're here to join Mal Davis's little fight. She lost once. She'll lose again, and you know it. Because of her, he motions for her to stop. Tells her no. In fact, I'm here for you. Oh. Then are you coming to help me get revenge on what they did to our brethren? No. No. He ain't going up against werewolves. That's suicide.
Sorry, werewolves are real too? If this isn't a dream.
She tells you very real. They killed my friends, family, really everybody I cared about. And everyone's too scared to stand up against them. Not me. They bleed just like everything else. Now Griller tells her that he's just here. He needs a place. Place where him and the kid can set up. He has a lot to explain, a lot he needs to do. That is what you do. Are you willing? As the Bruja Primogen. I am. After what you've done for me, and I must say the kid does smell pretty good. Yeah. I think I'll be willing to do that. Here. She pulls out a phone. Plugs it on in. Starts typing some up. Finally, something that makes sense. You understand phones. That's great. Finally. She takes a few moments as she finally puts her phone away. You hear Griller's phone, and his ringtone sounds just like a revving of a motorcycle. Funny enough, just sounds like was his tone.
A fine
Kind of
tone,
adorable.
sir.
Yeah. Grabs out his phone and thank you. She walks a few steps towards Griller and gets pretty close to him as she runs her hand down his face. Plays with his beard a little bit.
You two need a moment. I did a pretty good leap. I don't know if you saw it, but I can try again. I think I might need some practice.
As you talk, you draw her attention, and she kind of pushes past him, gets towards you, and she then kind of touches underneath your chin to kind of hold up your head and turn it to one side, then turn it to the other. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I look inquisitively.
I look forward to getting to know you better.
Same here, madam.
Go ahead, since you guys are up on the top floor, go ahead and roll me. Let me look at your character sheet. Roll me a resolve and an awareness. So 4.
That 4 for me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh,
I got you.
I found it. D10, right?
Yep. 4
Is it always going to be D10?
Always.
Gotcha.
Ooh, 3 successes with a crit. My goodness, what is going on?
I'm normally unlucky.
She starts to make her way on out, as it seems like she's heard something and Grilla heard it as well. It sounds like a rumbling. But
Okay.
you know the sound very well. It sounds like a pack of motorcycles.
The boys. Maybe.
Meltman, will you do the same? Will you roll me a resolve and an awareness?
Okay. Resolve and awareness. Let's see here. Looks like I'm going to get a 4 as well.
Yep.
Maybe I should resolve to be more aware.
Alright, 2
Yeah,
successes.
2 successes.
Not bad. You hear this kind of rumbling sound. Sounds like definitely maybe car, like a car, a tractor. You hear it and it cuts short. So you're like trying to focus on what it was. As there's a few moments of silence, and Mal Davis's attention is dropped from you as she stops. She's about to say something, but is now looking.
Expecting company.
Unfortunately. Yes.
This is where our conversation ends and I make myself scarce for a bit.
There is a loud crack, pop as the doors smash open. Double doors that lead into the theater. Bits of debris, dust explodes. I mean, superhuman strength as this door kind of goes flying all the way across where the seats would be towards the stage. As there is a group of people that enter, there is one man that leads this pack, you could say. They all are definitely motorcyclists, without a doubt. one that leads the front. You know what? I'll just give you guys the picture. Why not?
Good thing that wasn't a nicer door. What a shame.
Just fucking fix that, assholes.
There's a lot more bikers than I was expecting. I'm liking this.
There you go. Picture coming in 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, cut off his head. How sad.
Oh, some nice nostrils there, sir.
Yeah, right. How sad. So this gentleman, I'll describe him to you because, you know, he has a bandana on, 5 o'clock shadow, short hair, leather vest, chains that are wrapped around his
I like
arms.
this man.
Oh yeah, and you can even smell it all the way from the stage. Tobacco reeks as him and about 5 others come in behind him, all of them dressed the same. And you notice an aesthetic with all of them. It's on their bandanas, it's on their leather vests. A wolf. And he comes barging on in. Maldavis pushes you off to the side, motioning for you to stay out of sight. As she glares at this gentleman. Did Jackson send you? Well, he shakes his head. We were just in the neighborhood and thought we'd pay a house call. Make sure no one's got any big ideas. Bullshit. She storms down the steps in front of the stage. Who else would you answer to? He strolls up to meet her, halfway, as he goes down the aisle. Just us. And he lights up a cigarette, blows the smoke in her face. She does not blink. And she says, you could have walked away, like the rest of your clan. Then you could fight for something that really matters. He pulls a cigarette from his mouth. You think I care about what my clan does? He held the cigarette up to her face, close to her cheek. She doesn't grimace. And he says, I'm a member of the wolf pack. That's all. He takes the still lit cigarette and crushes it into his arm, not breaking eye contact, no grimace. I know where my loyalties lie. But what about you? You see, I heard... Crowley.
Yes.
You hear this loud pop. Oh, you look beautiful, Taylor. You hear this loud pop. As this conversation goes, you can hear a voice of a strong man and another strong woman go back and forth. Griller pushes you to stay back towards the window where the woman, that you do not know the name of, leapt out of.
Yeah.
And you see him pull out of his belt a weapon. It looks like a pistol of some sort. As he makes his way around, and you hear this conversation. He loads it, aims, boom, lets out a shot. And for you, Meltman, a shot rings out from above as one of the individuals that came with this gentleman hits the floor, twitching, until finally, poof, he bursts into ash. You hear one of the other men yell out, Ray! And runs towards the body. And another one aims his gun up towards where the shot came from, as another blast, boom, tears right through him, right through his throat, as he too hits the floor and puffs into ash. Hey! You hear the gentleman yell. And he shoves Maldavis to the ground as he runs, and you watch as he runs on the side of the wall, doing, once again, a superhero maneuver as he runs up the wall, off to the side, going up into the rafters. Crowley, you can hear, as you are kind of held back in the doorway, people are getting shot. I don't think this is really your, field of expertise.
I'm gonna whisper over, hey, I do have a gun if you need. I don't know what's going on, but just noting.
He motions for you to know.
Nope, okay, gotcha.
And you hear the sound of heavy thump, thump, thump footsteps as there is a man that turns the corner right in front of Griller. They both meet eye contact. And as he comes towards him, this gentleman asks Griller, "You got something to say for yourself?" And as he puffs up his chest, almost immediately, without without any nerve, just boom, shoots him right in the head.
Holy.
Gentlemen that you do not know, you can see as blood, bits of brain just splats all over. Griller's gun just aimed right towards him. Completely shocked. As the man, I mean, he's not dead, even though he has a big old bullet wound in his head, dripping blood, brain. He still stands there in shock.
Now, hold on a second. This is getting a bit too... Shouldn't you be dead? This is a bit much. Oh, God.
And you watch as Griller, lightning speed. One moment he's there, gun pointed. The next he is up in this gentleman's face, knocking him right off the other side. As he falls, you can see Meltman as this gentleman, leading this pack, falls to the floor. The three that still remain, that aren't completely ashed, race to him as he hits the floor, and he's still living, though looks to be in complete shock as he starts to rise, and you hear this as he gets up. They grab him and they just start pulling him out. And he doesn't seem to fight it. He basically gets up finally as the blood stops and you can see the wounds start to close. He shoves out the other three as he too starts making his way on out. He looks towards Mal Davis. Tell her that this was something stupid. And he makes his way on out.
Did his head just close up? Because they looked like he was pretty
hear
hurt
him?
when he fell, but he seemed fine to be walking out of here.
Am I able to hear what he's saying?
It's echoey, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, if you want, you can roll me
Alright.
a mental and an awareness to see if you can hear it.
Mental and aware. Where's mental?
I just realized.
Any mental,
I
like,
have 2 awareness. Oh, okay, so my
whatever
highest?
your highest mental.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be 5. Shit. I think why has to be so long?
It's alright.
Probably don't hear it. I can't understand.
Where do I?
Alright. Oof. Yeah, no, all you can hear is just the echoing of a voice, so you can't really place what he's saying,
Damn it,
unfortunately.
I had a joke and everything. I remain silent. And stunned.
I'll be moving on to ET, if that's okay.
That's good.
Perfect. Beautiful. Alright. And we finish helping up Taylor, and then we can start with ET's story. It won't be as dramatic. Well, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Here we go. Bam.
Already so excited with that photo.
Right. All right. Miss Lynn, you know why you are here. You are ever curious about this horse. You've heard the rumors of it having the body of the toughest black steed, but also having the face of a wolf, sharp teeth and all. And you've even heard the rumors that its eyes glow in orange. Definitely no breed that you've ever heard about. You're gonna have to see it with your eyes if you're gonna know what this creature is, but you're really good with horses. You'll be able to figure it out once you see it. So, you know that there is an auction being held at the Cedar Point Horse Farm. It's a little bit south from Chicago, on the outskirts. The event is later at night. It doesn't start until around 7:30. And as you arrive, you can see that looks like people are already here. All of them are dressed very well. Very nice suits, formal attire. really no southern kind of cowboy look. You might be the only one. There is food, a buffet for you to indulge yourself on, though you know that that's not going to do you any good. You know what you need. And honestly, the people, they don't smell too bad, but nevertheless, that's not why you're here. You do not see the man who's supposedly running this auction, at least not yet. Nor do you see sight of the horse. But you know that with the horse this magnificent, it won't be coming out until last moments. The auction will be starting soon, and most likely this magnificent horse will be the last one to be introduced. So you have some time to kill. Is there anything that you want to do, or are you just going to kind of mingle and wait until it is time?
She'd be probably just hanging out, like leaning against a beam of wood, waiting for the horse to show. Look, also like comparing the other horses as well, seeing if they're good stock or not.
Yeah, all right. Well, you notice the majority of the horses that they have on auction are draft horses, which are the big, burly, muscular horses, the ones that do mostly the hard labor. Back in the day, they might have been war horses, but that's not really a thing anymore. I mean, these horses are well kept, well trained, you notice as well, as they're giving some demonstrations, of course. They're even showing some younger horses that right now are, not for sale quite yet, but might be in the next auction at the Cedar Point Horse Farm. Just kind of giving people an idea of, if they don't get anything this time, perhaps maybe next time. Horses are beautiful. They're sweet. Some of them have an attitude that you can pick up on as well. And those are always your favorite horse, because those are the ones that have the most personality. And there's a few people that come up and they don't really chat with you too much, just ask about, what you're here for, and you'll quickly learn that just like all the rest of these people, you're all here for the same reason. Everyone wants to see this new horse. Now do me a favor, go ahead and give me, let's go with any social and a persuasion. Most likely it'll probably be a 5 for you, your charisma and persuasion, yeah. Wow, pretty good. Yeah, you get some rumors of people doing their research. And a lot of these people are kind of comparing what they've heard about this horse to Irish folklore. The water horse, in translation. Most often, it had a body of a wolf, or a head of a wolf and the body of a hardy steed, not necessarily a black steed, and oftentimes these horses could travel through water. It was almost as if they could become water itself. Now, of course, no one thinks that's actually what this steed is, but they do believe that that's kind of where the inspiration came from. But the auction goes on as they bring out various draft horses. You even see, also, that's not what I wanted. There you go. You even see that they have I'll try to pronounce this. I'm not a horse person. I might say this wrong. Andalusian. Ooh, I hope I said that right. Horse. That comes out. These are usually really well-behaved horses. So if you're looking for a horse that's going to train easily and well, that's the one you're looking for. But once again, the auction goes, horses are purchased, and you wait. And you wait. Finally, the time comes. You feel... Now, you know your beast. You've been a vampire for quite some time now. You and your beast have an understanding with each other. It knows that you're the boss. What you say goes. And it has some trust within you. But it's starting to stir. Something is wrong. You focus on this beast. There is something here. Something bad. Something dangerous. As finally a gentleman comes out to the very front to address everybody. This gentleman is dressed more like what you'd expect. He has a cowboy hat, a gray cowboy hat. He's dressed in a big, long, black, not leather. Maybe it is. It's hard to tell. No, you know what that is. It's almost like his coat is made from no animal. That's for sure. Chills kind of go down your spine as he also has black gloves on, nice attire, sharp teeth. I'll go ahead and put a little picture in here for you.
Oh, yay.
Boop. Boop. There you go. Picture coming in and there you are. And he's definitely, from what you can tell, you've met many different kinds of vampires. This ain't no vampire that you've ever seen. Because the front, as he addresses the crowd, he is very short. This auction will be different. Those that are worthy will meet the horse. Come before me if you think you are worthy, and we will determine such. You see people kind of look at each other like, this is kind of silly, but yeah, you can see that basically everybody decides to go up and meet the horse. Really only about 2 or 3 people who have already purchased the horses that they wish are passing on the opportunity. Are you going to join the line?
That's the whole reason she's there.
Perfect. You join the line, only about 3 people behind from the front. As he looks at the first, it looks like a couple. If you had to guess, maybe in their 30s. They've probably been working stables for all their life. Dressed very nice for the occasion. He motions for them to leave. They look a little confused. He didn't say anything. He didn't ask him any questions, but they get out of the line looking a little insulted. The next person comes on up. This one is just a gentleman by himself, probably in his 50s. Once again, motions for him to leave. He asks what's the big deal. Gentleman stares at him as this older man who was puffing up his chest all of a sudden doesn't seem so confident and gets out of the line. You walk up. A smile spreads across his face as he looks you up and down. He nods. And he motions for you to stand next to him.
Do so.
And he goes through the line. And you notice that he denies every single person. And you are not, you're a smart lady. You know exactly. All these people in the line, well, they were poor mortals. You, vampire, the only one that got accepted. And every time anyone tried to puff up their chest and argue, well, it didn't last long. Their confidence easily dropped. Until there is no one left in the line, he touches your back as a chill spreads through your spine, your beast telling you to run, get out of there. But you stay calm, collected. You're here for a reason. As he's going to lead you into the pasture to meet the horse. He leads you into the pasture as he leaves you there alone. He tells you to stand here and wait. And you wait as he makes his way on off into the darkness. You can still see, with your vampiric eyes, slightly what looks to be the barn towards the other side as the doors are opened on up. And a horse comes out. Or at least, is it a horse? It does indeed have the body of the strongest draft horse that you've ever seen. Black like midnight. But its head, shaped like a wolf, almost skull-like, with sharp teeth. Its hoofs pointed. And all that really stands out in that darkness as it approaches you is its orange glowing eyes. And I got an example picture. I think it's cute. There you go.
Ooh.
You can even see its breath as out of its nostrils as it's breathed. It's almost like smoke as it steps towards you. Now do me a favor. I'm gonna need you to roll for me a willpower, aka your composure and your resolve. For you, that'll be a 5d10. All right, it approaches you as once again your beast is telling you, what are you doing? Run, get out of there. This is bad, this is death. But you, I mean, it's a fight. You are barely able to kind of push it to the side as you breathe, as it comes towards you. And it gets about 30 feet away as it stands there. And you can feel that this horse is intelligent. It is studying you. It is reading you. And you hear within inside your mind a voice, inhuman. Barely even able to understand it. It's barely English. Do you dare? And it starts to walk towards you as it kind of leans on down as if inviting you to ride it. Do you accept the invitation?
Yes.
You walk towards the horse, even though all your instincts are telling you not to. You push yourself with each step. You go towards the horse. You lay a hand upon it. And as you touch it, you're compelled to jerk away, even a little bit, as you kind of touch. And you feel, even with this slight touch, powerful, unstoppable. You and the horse are going to do great things. As now confidence controls you, as you easily, even without a saddle on the horse, you throw your legs over it. You feel good. You and this beast, there's nothing that's gonna stop you now. You let out a hya as it trots. It's out just a regular trot. Even without a saddle, it's really not too bumpy of a ride. It seems like it is smart. This horse knows how to make the ride easier upon you. It's almost as if it's trying to impress you. It wants to show off. It then speeds up into a run. As there's a few obstacles set on the other side of the pasture that it leaps over elegantly. This is the best ride that you've had in your entire life. Trots on down, runs around. It even gives a few just kicks towards a few of these obstacles that it leapt over, kicks it over as if to show you that not only does it know how to ride, not only does it perhaps know a few tricks, but this horse can fight. And you ride for, well, you're not really sure how long it is. But then it finally gets reckless. Do me a favor and roll for me. Roll for me a physical and your animal ken. So you do have animal ken horses, which means that you get to add that extra dice. So with your strength of 3 and your animal ken of 3, with combining your horse's specialty, you'll be rolling a total of 7 d10. This horse gets violent, aggressive. It now becomes a difficult ride as it finally just bucks you off it, as if trying to remind you who's in charge with this relationship. You may be the rider, but it is a privilege that you get to ride this horse. And you hear a voice once again inside your head. Barely audible. You're still not even sure if you heard this right. But it sounds like its name, Calamity. 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 Roll for me a willpower, your composure and resolve. That'll be a 5d6 for you.
5d6 or 5d10?
10. I keep saying 6. Why do I do that?
There was an older version of Vampire that was done on D6s
That's
a
probably
long
where it's
time
coming
ago.
from, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 successes. Good, good. Calamity. Calamity. You feel something kind of pressing inside your mind as you pull yourself out of it. Focus. You are back. You are on the ground where it kicked you off as it stares at you. You stand up. As the gentleman from before... As the gentleman from before approaches you, still your beast. You can't tell if the beast is terrified of the horse, terrified of him. Honestly, maybe both. As he asks you, what do you think?
Magnificent horse.
More than you know. Will you take him?
I've been, sorry, all of a sudden my accent turned Scottish. I don't know why. I've been riding horses since I was a young'un. I ain't gonna stop now.
Good. Good. He smiles. Sharp. If you want, you can roll me an insight and a social.
Okay.
This smile gives you chills.
How many D10?
4 for you.
Yeah, okay.
It's hard to read. It's almost as if he might just be happy that he's mute. To keep yelling at him.
Keeps unmuting, I'm sorry.
Come on, Canty, what are you doing?
I know, right? It's hard to tell if maybe he's just happy that he sold the horse. Maybe he's just happy that the horse has a good owner. After all, you saw that he was rather picky about who even got to try the horse. But something in you tells you that there's definitely something more. He tells you, was such a good rider, he'll give you the horse for free. How does that sound?
That's the best offer I've ever heard.
He goes to shake your hand. Do you accept?
Mm-hmm. Southern courtesy.
He takes your hand and he pulls you in close as his face changes. His nose elongates, almost like that of a predator. His eyes narrow. It looks like his head transforms into that of a wolf underneath his cowboy hat. As you blink, maybe it was just your imagination, he finishes the handshake and tells you to give the world hell. He then whistles, as you've learned from some unnatural means named Calamity, trots his way on over, smoke billowing from his nostrils. He tells you that you won't need a saddle. It'll only make it harder for what you're trying to do. Good luck. And don't forget what I told you. He gives Calamity a few pats on the back as he makes his way back to the stables on the far side of the pasture. It is now just you, Calamity, and a few 100 feet away, the rest of the people that are finishing up the event. The horse stares at you. This is no horse. But perhaps with time, you'll understand it better. It is just you and the horse. I will send you a message. You are learning what this horse is. That is what you hear. And as you stare at this horse and it speaks to you, your mind grows hazy. It's almost as if you can't control yourself as you walk towards it. Put your hands on Calamity and throw your feet over. You care not for this party. You never did. You care not for really anything else. Just this horse. Just you and Calamity. And you ride. Uncontrolled, unstoppable. If anything gets in your way, well, that's not really your problem now, is it? All that you care about is what lies ahead of you, not behind you. Because all of that burns. Burns. You don't leave anything behind. I will move on to Taylor.